never seen again. But as it's making its way into the history books, it leaves something behind. The past tense, painting our intentions and unfinished goals as could-haves. We wanted, we hoped, we planned, but didn't. And in the mind, it's as if the opportunity somehow escaped. But that couldn't be further from the truth. There's an old Chinese proverb that states, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Look, you have no control over what's gone. You can't do anything about it, but dreams do not have deadlines. There will always be the present moment. And to hear the phrase, I've always wanted to, but XYZ, or I wish I could, but I'm too old, or I missed my shot, that is fiction. When there's an infinite amount of possibility in front of you, who cares about what slipped by?
Woo! Good morning, fam. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. TGIF. The growth includes Friday. Yes, I'm hoping it doesn't freeze up. Hopefully, we stay good and locked in for today's entire session. But nonetheless, it's so great to see everybody. It's good to see Cedric in the building. Who we got? Mike, Dreamers. How are we feeling coming into the Friday? An amazing week so far to go ahead and start it off. I'm feeling good, vibrating high, even in the midst of this freaking overcast weather up north. The growth still continues. So let's go ahead and get into today, fam. Today's topic is another great one. It is going to be the 5 levels of self-talk. And this is so crucial because you're going to notice the person that you come in as, a lot of the times they're going to be at levels 1, 2, and maybe getting into 3. But as you start to get around this community, getting around this mentorship, get really deep into the core of what's really inside, you're going to see how powerful it is to be able to step in level 4 and level 5. So with no further ado, fam, let me get live on IG. Let's get them tapped in because this is a session they're not going to want to miss either, because self-talk has everything to do with every bit of our success. So today's going to be a crucial session. 5 levels of self-talk. Awesome. IG, happy Friday. It's good to see everybody. So grateful to be on here. Grateful to be alive. So grateful for God. Grateful for the access. So thankful to be alive, to be able to travel, to be able to get around new information, make new relationship, get 1% better each and every day. So it's a blessing. Lovely in the building. I love it. There's a lot of abundance that's flowing to and through right now. It's here for all of us. Let's take advantage. Here we go. All right, fam. So number 1, the first level of self-talk when it comes to anybody, I don't care what niche, I don't care what business, I don't care what background anybody is from. I'm telling you right now, these 5 levels is something that pretty much anybody walking gets to go through. But unfortunately, many live inside of the first, the second, and the third level. Deanne, it's good to see you. So check this out. The 1, 2, and 3. Pay attention to these first 3 levels. And the goal is to get into level 4 and level 5. Here we go. Y'all ready? So first level of self-talk. Imagine this. Do you guys believe that the words that we speak end up creating and dictating our life? Drop a 2 down below. Number 1, if you guys believe that is true. The words that we speak on a daily basis dictate and direct the future of our life. This is so crucial to understand because Joe Dispenza, he talks about it. He said, if you get around and you listen to somebody's conversation for 2 minutes and all you're hearing is lack, disbelief, depression, anxiety, he says, whatever the mouth is speaking, that means the mind is thinking on a 10 times deeper level. So remember that every time that we're speaking lack, the mind is thinking on a whole different frequency. This is why they say what we think about, we bring about. Where focus goes, energy flows. This is why self-talk is so crucial, because all of it ties in together. So watch this. Getting into the first level, he says we think 80,000 thoughts a day. And usually 60% of these thoughts are negative. So if we're thinking negative, odds are what we're going to be speaking is probably going to follow a similar suit. So if we want to go ahead and change the way that we speak, it starts with changing the way that we think. So level one is this. The first level of self-talk for many is known as the level of negative acceptance. Now, what he talks about getting into negative acceptance, this is by Shad Helmstetter. For those of you who do not know who this man is, if you don't know, go in your app store, go look and download the Self-Talk app. I believe he's still got a free trial going where you can test it out for free, but he has all of these amazing different exercises to really go ahead and maximize levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and getting into the elite level of level 5, right? Shad Helmstetter, one of the masters of self-talk, okay? So one is negative acceptance. He says out of all of the levels, this is by far the lowest, and this is by far the least beneficial one. Because he says when we talk negative to ourselves, we say something bad about ourselves, whether you believe it or not, the brain is starting to accept it. All of the words that we use, such as I can't, I wish I could, if only I could, these are all levels of self-talk that are actually they're not working for us, but they're literally working against us. So it really doesn't matter what calls we're doing for the day, what post, what action. If the self-talk is negative, the action doesn't really matter what action we're taking, because the self-talk is a reflection of what's going to happen on the outside. The inside reflects the outside. So crucial and important to really understand and put this into perspective. Okay. So getting a little bit deeper into number one. Who knows what the acronym for the word try is? Drop it down below. And this is actually really funny. For years we did this. You guys know what the acronym is? The acronym for try is truly resisting yourself. And it's so funny, for years on end, anytime that somebody said the word try in a group chat or they said the word try on a call, that was 10 push-ups. Because the word try means this: truly resisting yourself. So the next time that you catch yourself saying try, 10 push-ups. Let me ask you this. Think about it. If you ask your friend to go to the movie and they're like, I'll try and make it, you know in your head, try is just another word for no. So the next time that we say the word try, remember truly resisting yourself. So crucial. Number two, the second level of self-talk is known as the level of recognition and the need to change. You see, in level two, we're using words such as I need to. We're using words such as I should. And here's what's interesting about both of these words. Whenever we say I should, whenever we say I need to, here's what's happening inside. We're literally creating guilt, we're creating disappointment, and we're creating the acceptance of our own self-imagined inadequacies. I'd like to make more money, but I'm not making as much as I'd like. This is literally what we're saying to ourselves. Instead of saying I need to jump on mornings with Neno, we say I get to jump on mornings with Neno. I have to go to the gym? No, I get to go to the gym. You see, when the have tos start to switch into the I get tos, then life really becomes exciting. Because we don't have to go to the gym. There's some people that are stuck inside of 4 white walls in a hospital bed that couldn't even go to the gym if they wanted to. So it really just puts life into perspective. It's easy to go ahead and take action when we have the opportunity, but it's also easy not to do it as well. That's why they say what's easy to do is also easy not to do what's important to us. Okay. So that's the second level. Here's the third level. This is where the shift really comes. Instead of saying I need to get more organized or go to the gym, saying I get to get more organized. I get to go to the gym. Here's number 3. Is the level, this is really interesting too. It's the level of decision to change where we really start to see a difference. You see, the first 2 levels of self-talk, they're working against us. But these next levels, now we're finally starting to get over the hump to where now they can actually work for us. Here's an example. You ready? Example, somebody who smokes, but they really want to quit. Let's say that you smoke, but you finally decide that you want to go ahead and stop. And you say to yourself repeatedly, I never smoke. I don't enjoy smoking. So I've quit. That's the self-talk. That's the mindset. They don't even want to pick up the cigarette anymore. They get sick even thinking about it. Imagine if we could do this with all of the negative habits inside of our life. How different would life be? How much energy would we wake up and be able to exert? He said it takes time and constant repetition to be able to change the programming inside of the brain. And if we tell the subconscious mind long enough, eventually it will work to go ahead and carry out new activities, which the new programming starts to take over. And the thing is that used to be such dread, that used to be so heavy to go out and commit to, become weightless and light like a feather. And it becomes almost weird not doing it. Drop a 777 down below if you guys have been on your 30-day challenge, you've done the 75 hard challenge, or maybe you've been on a run, and as you finally start to get going, you feel weird not hitting the gym. You feel weird going out and eating some junk food or going out and eating some fast food because you've already started to develop new habits. Absolutely. This is huge. So you guys have already experienced this if you've already done the challenge or if you've already been on some kind of a run in any area of your life. So now let's go ahead and drop a next level if you guys want to level really get taken to the level where we can have level 4. You ready? Level 4 is the level of a better you, as Shad Helmstetter would say. He says this is the most effective kind of self-talk that we can ever use. He says it is needed more than any idea, any thoughts that we can go ahead and produce right now, because when you start getting your self-talk in order, everything else starts to get in line. Now, here's the visual that he goes and gives with this. He says, do you guys remember how we talk about I am statements, right? I am wealthy. I am abundant. I am expecting and getting miracles every day. He says, imagine if we just took not just the I am, because that's only one piece of the chakra. But he said, what if we can go ahead and add on all of the different chakras as well? You see, the I am is only the sacral chakra. It's only the bottom. It's only the roots. But he says, what happens when we can add in the other 5? I am, I feel, I see, I do, and I understand. Let's just go ahead and throw out any word that you guys want to use. What is your word for the month? And I'm going to give you a perfect example how you can use self-talk to go through all of these different chakras to really go ahead and let this sink in. Emotionally, spiritually. So here we go.